we talk about the sacred order of survival, we always start with attitude, and then the other life-sustaining systems: shelter, water, fire, and food. Right? So we follow what we call the 8 directions or 8 shields model of development, and it's attached to the oldest story in the world. And this oldest story starts in the east, where the sun rises and a new day begins, or in the calendar year, it's spring. The archetype is explosive growth. From that little alfalfa shoot, there's this woody shrub. For us, it's from birth to about 8 years old. Think Calvin and Hobbes, excited to embrace the world and plug all of your senses into it, and a total sponge. Childlike curiosity, not to be admonished or medicated or have a meeting about managed, but to be expressed, honed, and refined through natural processes that involve everything from the extended community of two-leggeds all the way through the soils, from the changes of the weather and what that means to how your body's telling you, yeah, I'm cold. I got to do something about this. Nature literacy. The East is an exciting time, but it's hard work. We've got to get all of our life-sustaining systems together. 2 of you have been working on it for about a week, and the other 2 just came in. And that's okay, because that's what we're going to work on methodically, in a way that is nourishing instead of exhausting, right? This next 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I'm going to, and in many cases be with you for, assign you tasks to work on together. I'm not going to be part of your process, but more like a spotter, right? Barn owl. Right, isn't that cool? So the first part of your process is understanding what is the sacred order of life-sustaining systems. Attitude, shelter, water, fire, and food. If you have a shaky attitude, you're going to have shaky manifestations of all the rest. If you're solid in your attitude, you'll have a solid shelter to live in. Your water systems will be good. You'll always have at least 3 or 4 days ahead in your drinking water. That moves us from this excitement of the East into the next phase as the sun climbs high into the noon sky, and as the season changes to summer, the heat of the day bears down on us, and we have to pay attention and be careful of how much we expend as far as being too dehydrated or stubbing our toe or finding the shade so we don't have heat stroke. Right? Attention to detail, hard work honors the vision. These are the archetypes of the South. Adolescence in a human life, right? We rage against the machine to help define who we are in our adolescence. So for the next 3 days, you're going to be getting into the south of those life-sustaining systems. Is the water catchment system salvageable? If it is, how are we going to approach fixing it? Now, I'm not going to give you those details, but I will support you on your decisions. If you ask me questions, I'm going to answer you honestly how I would do it. But I don't want you to go back to your crew and go, well, Mike says. Maybe come to a decision on your own and compare it to what I would do, and then rehash it to see if it needs revisiting, but never surrender your consensus, right? If it's in here, I would rather you make a series of mistakes and support you by trucking water out if I have to myself because you're so busy figuring it out, than to give you an easy way out or to give you an answer. If you ask me, hey, what's that bird doing that? What's that? I'll ask you, do you want me to tell you the answer or do you want to know it? Yeah, that one.